Now moving on to a little bit more back substitution. This time our augmented matrices are in reduced row echelon form. So let's emphasize that. Remember, with reduced row echelon form, we have a diagonal of ones. Same characteristics as row echelon form, diagonal of ones, lower left triangle of zeros. But this time around, we'll notice that we have an upper triangle of zeros. Let's see if I could draw that triangle a little bit nicer. So if a matrix is in reduced row echelon form, we simply try to write the corresponding system of equations from the augmented matrix. Again, keeping in mind that we have the X column that comes first, the Y column that comes second. And the presence of these zeros will be very useful to us because it means we don't have to write the variables. So if you look at the corresponding system from part A, we end up having 1x, so we only have to write x, plus 0y, don't even have to write the y, equals negative 12. And you have the solution to what x is. Now similarly, if you look at the second row, you have 0x plus 1y equals 7. And we have our solutions. Now, if you'd like, you could write them as an ordered pair, which is negative 12 and 7. So you're noticing that reduced echelon form, reduced row echelon form is a lot nicer than reduced echelon form because you're allowed to get these solutions right away. So let's do this with the next system. Notice we have an augmented matrix for a system of 3 equations. Again, reminding ourselves we have an X column, a Y column, a Z column, and then there's always the constants on the far right after the bar. And then check out the reduced row echelon form. So row echelon form has a diagonal of ones, a lower left triangle of zeros, and an upper right triangle of zeros. So having all this, it pretty much gives us the solutions to X, Y, and Z right away. So if you want to write the corresponding system based off of this augmented matrix in reduced row echelon form, your first equation coming from the first row is going to be X equals negative 9. Your second equation, notice that the 1 is in the Y column, so it would be 1y equals 4. Your third equation comes from the third row. That'll be z, 1z equals negative 5. Noticing that there are zeros in the X and Y column. So these are the solutions for your system, or the solution for your system. And again, if you're asked to write the solution as an ordered, this time it'll be ordered triple, just remember, X comes first, Y comes second, and Z is last. And that's a very nice way. If your matrices are in reduced row echelon form, it's a lot quicker and a lot less math to figure out what the solutions are.